Great day, everyone. Welcome. My name is Stephen Simon. You're watching Liberate Yourself from Chronic Pain. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're healthy, you're strong, you're staying warm, and everything is great. All praises to the Most High. God is the greatest. All right, let's go. Let's get started now. Today we're talking about how does one get sickle cell anemia? Okay, how do you get sickle cell? We already know that. Excuse me. You can't, it's not contagious. You can't get it from coughing on someone. You can't get it from toilet seats, right? It's something that's inherited, and if you watch the previous videos, then you know that, all right? And so because if it is inherited, I'm gonna kind of show you a diagram of how it's inherited, and hopefully you kind of have a full understanding and a better understanding, I should say. All right, so let's get going, let's get started, and we're gonna have a good time here. All right, now it takes two genes. Okay, you get a gene from your mother through the egg, and you get a gene through your father through the sperm. All right, it's sort of like your DNA. Okay, your DNA determines, you get these genes from your parents, and they kind of determine, what color your eyes are going to be, what color your hair is going to be, if you're going to be tall or short, that sort of thing. And in this gene, there's also, the sickle cell gene, or a normal gene that's passed through the hemoglobin, okay, which is in your blood. Okay, now a person who receives, so you get a gene from your mother and a gene from your father. One gene will have to have the sickle trait, have the sickle disease, okay, from each parent, and I'm gonna kind of diagram that. But also a person who receives a gene for sickle cell disease, one parent having a normal gene and the other having the sickle gene, then that is called the sickle cell trait. Okay, and even though they have the trait, that can still be passed along to their children. So you kind of have to be careful who you have your children with, and make sure that your partner doesn't have the disease as well, or even the trait, because your offspring will have it as well, and they can pass it along too. It's a very mix and match type of gene. Okay, now those that have the trait, they don't produce any type of symptoms, right? They don't get sick, they don't have the pain. They're relatively living a healthy, normal life. They have no problems for most people. Okay, now sickle cell disease itself can either be, as I already said, contracted or so, but I forgot to turn off my notification. Sorry. Let's just say that the people that have the I lost my train of thought. Sorry, you guys. Let's just get going with the drawing, and it'll all come back to me. I'll see if I can just turn off these notifications here. If I can do it. Yes. Without interrupting. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Am I still going? Yeah. Am I still recording? Yeah. Good. Okay, let's turn this down a little bit. Alright, let's keep going. Now, I'm just gonna, I hope you can see the board okay. I'm gonna delete some of this. And you're probably wondering why I got money up there, but I'll explain that to you another day. And let's just keep it going. Now, I kind of pre-drew because my drawing is not that good, but I want to know what I'm talking about, and hopefully you can understand it as well. Okay, let's go. So it's inherited through your parents. your mother and your father. So this will be the mother. This is the father. Okay, that's your parents. Now this is you. Okay. And like I said, I hope you guys can see it okay. And I'm just going to draw you a little bit of a legend so you know what we're talking about here. So we're going to do the normal gene in blue. Okay, that's the normal gene. We're going to do the sickle gene in red because as we talk about, we're talking about blood. And we're going to do it in the form of a sickled shape. Okay, the sickle gene. And then we're going to do the trait gene. Okay, so the trait. Okay, that's the sickle trait gene. Okay, so in order to, hope you can see that, in order to, and this is going to pass along to your offspring too with the same type of legend here. And but in order to explain it clearly, I'm going to kind of do it off of my parents. So my parents had to have, I believe they had the trait because they didn't get sick the way I do. And I believe it's 1 in 4 children will get the full disease if your parents have the sickle gene. So sickle is red. So both of my parents had, they either had the, I'm going to say they had the trait. So, sorry, the trait is green. Let's go with green. Okay, so my mother and my father, they both had the trait. And I'm guessing they had a normal gene. Okay. Alright, but because they both had a sickle trait gene and they passed it on to me, I have both of their, I have the sickle gene. Okay, so now my children, if I carry on, my children will either have, actually none of them, I have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and none of them have the sickle cell gene. Like, they don't have it the way I do, 2 genes, because their mother doesn't have it. Their mother would have gave them a normal gene. Okay, so then they only got 1 from me. Whether they got the sickle gene from me and a normal gene. What does a sickle gene and a normal gene equal? It means that they have the sickle cell trait gene. So then they'll forward their kids the sickle cell trait gene. So mine, my parents' own would look like that. Mine would be red. How does it go? My circle like that would be red. Well, it's already there. Let's say this is me. Red on both sides, and I'll pass it on to my kids. My kids will have a red one, and that's what I was doing here. A red one. So this will be my son or my daughter. Let's say a red and blue, because their mother does not have the sickle cell trait or gene, right? So they would have that. And then they pass it on to their kids, and so on and so on and so on. So if that makes sense and you guys understand how does one get sickle cell through my diagram, then go ahead and give this video a like and a share. And if you learned something today, then leave it in the comments. Let me know. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have. And I hope I was clear enough for you. And I just want you guys to continue to learn about this, because it's really important. It can really affect your family's life in ways that you can't even imagine. And it's a lot of pain. It's very, I'm telling you, it's not something I want for anyone. And so you really want to avoid passing this gene on to your offspring. And I'm glad I did. Thank God that they don't experience the symptoms that I had to experience growing up and am still experiencing. But this is why I make these videos. Each one teach one. And we can liberate ourselves through our pain and to learn what to change, learn not just in this, but in our diet and our habits and our thinking. And that's what this channel is all about. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. I love you, and see you in the next video. Peace.